it's happening again.
Zombies.
No shit.
Requiem actual strike team is on the ground.
Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Roger. Moving.
Let's get the power on.
What was that?
Sometimes I feel I've got to get away.
Strike team, report. What the hell just happened?
Take my tears and what's not nearly. Oh,
Let's go!
Push him back!
tainted love.
You want this?
Roll the sentry!
Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly. Oh, tainted love. Tainted love. Tainted love. Don't touch me, please, I cannot stand. See.
Keep pushing! Take the high ground!
We can't hold them off any longer!
Help is on the way. Shit, did you see that?
Tainted love.
Back the fuck off! You can't kill me.
Ladies and gentlemen, so Cold War Zombies has finally been revealed to the public. We finally know what's going on. We've seen the intro cutscene, some gameplay, and other mechanics. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the top 5 reasons why Cold War Zombies will be a successful zombies experience. So moving on to my first reasoning into why I feel like this will be so successful is the perk system. They are bringing back the classic perk system, and thank you, Treyarch. Please, I just don't ever bring back that BO4 system, please. But we got the classic perks, which is Jug, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Deadshot, and new perks such as Elemental Pops. Now, the good thing about this is that now, since we got the perks back, we can also do the classic, oh, it's near Jug, it's near Quick Revive, and we won't be curious as into where the locations and the confusion of these perk machines are at, and now we'll always have the set perk locations. I don't know if that's actually confirmed, but from looking at the trailer, it looks like the perks consistently stay in the same locations. And another thing about the perks is it's also not only just the classic feel, but you can also upgrade these perks over time. So basically, Juggernog, you can have a 2.0 version of it. At least that's what they've been saying. So upgradable perks sounds good to me. It actually sounds very familiar. They're called mobile zombies, and I think that's pretty cool. So that's one of the big reasons why I think this is going to be successful, because perks is a huge part of Call of Duty Zombies. My next reasoning to why I feel like this zombies experience is going to be very successful are the weapons and customization and the specialist abilities. Now hold on, don't get scared off, don't go away. The specialist abilities are no longer really specialists. They're known as the support items. So whenever you spawn in the map, you will be able to have a weapon, support item, and a lethal and tactical. So the cool thing about these support items is they're not necessarily like the specialist abilities, as you can just pull a random ass wonder weapon from your ass. Instead, there's support items such as being able to turn someone invisible, a trap master thing, as you can see whenever he shot the thing in the trailer, or there was a handheld device that just kind of freezes and blasts the zombies around you. To me, this just looks like you can get out of a really shitty situation. And if these have some decent charge ups, I don't really think they're going to be that overpowered, because they're a one-use ability. It's not like these are overtime things. So moving on to the weapons I'm very excited for, because not only can you play zombies and level up these weapons, they cross over to each game mode you play. So whenever you play one specific game mode, you don't feel like you're losing the time, or you're not getting the grind on in the other game mode. You're always getting those progressive stats on your weapons, so you're always building up XP camos, and etc. And I love this because customization is pretty important in zombies, at least in my opinion. If you have shitty customization, then it kind of takes away the grind if you have nothing to unlock. So that's really cool to me. More attachments, camos, and stuff like that. Hey, the more content, the better. And the loadouts, I love the loadouts. I think that's cool. It's going to move on to my next reasoning, but being able to spawn in with a different weapon is just amazing. So the number 3 reason why I think this is going to be a successful zombies experience is replayability. As I was talking about the weapons, instead of just spawning into your casual zombies map with a pistol and, you know, building up to the weapons in the box and etc., now you can spawn in with any weapon of choice. So this is great for content creators and for just casual players that just like playing the game. So as content creators, I've seen a lot of people stream the only this challenge. So like they'll only use a sniper, a shotgun, etc. And now you can literally just spawn in with these weapons instead of having to hit the box or etc. Also, if you like grinding for camos and stuff like that, you can just flat out spawn in with this weapon as well. And not to mention, if you don't want to spawn in with a pistol and go through those boring rounds, you can spawn in with an AR, zoom through those rounds immediately, and get to where you left off the last game, and you're always progressing each time you play. So, I don't know, that adds a huge thing of replayability. And another thing of replayability is that if they do have these different loadouts and all this stuff, and if they have multiple Easter eggs and stuff like that, I feel like the replayability is just kind of endless. I really do. I really feel like there's a lot to do in this game. And I'm not necessarily getting knee into the deep of the replayability because let's be for real, we've all played zombies. We kind of know what's going on. But this is a huge step up. I really feel like as long as this game puts out the content, events, and etc., the replayability is going to be endless. Not to mention, once you finish all of the Easter eggs and stuff like that, you're always rewarded as well. So each time you play a game, even if you play for 30 minutes, you're still getting rewards and XP every time. So you're not just playing for nothing, or if you die while doing an Easter egg, you don't just waste 3 hours of your time. So we talked a little bit about replayability. Let's talk about story next.
Nach dem Toten.
We finished a story, but we're still in that same universe, and this is the next chapter.
The very end of Black Ops 4, our characters sacrificed themselves to collapse the multiverse and try and create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
So a lot of people have been kind of pushing the story away because of what BO4 did, but I really feel like this game, they're not going to exactly focus on the story 100%. It's going to be more of a 75% of gameplay and 25% of story. That's how I really feel. The gameplay, I mean, that's literally all they showed from the trailer. They barely talked about any story related topics whatsoever. I mean, there were people that don't even play zombies that said they were hyped to play this and check this out. And that's what is great about it. You don't necessarily have to know the story to play this game. And BO4 really failed to do that. I felt like I was constantly having to do quests to get certain weapons and to progress throughout the zombies map itself. And that's just ridiculous. You should be able to explore most of the map without doing quests. That's just my personal opinion. And a huge thing about story in this game is, if you don't know, basically the story takes place right after Tag der Toten, when Nikolai sets off their Garten device and the characters are killed and all the multiverses or everything are shadowed out into the dark ether. And that is what makes our quote-unquote perfect universe. So that's where Eddie and Samantha go into, and that's just where Tag der Toten ends. I just said Untoten. It's just Tag der Toten. Sorry about that. But basically, this is where Cold War Zombies kicks off. It's a couple decades later, and it's about Weaver and a response team going into this facility that is in the same place as Tag der Toten, which is a really cool concept. So it's basically two things into one. If you're an old Zombies fan, you're gonna love the story. If you're a new Zombies fan, you're probably still gonna love the story, because not only is it tied together with the campaign that is in the same game you're about to buy, but it also ties in with a new Zombies storyline. So I don't know, the story seems very interesting. I'm pretty invested. I'm gonna look up some more stuff about it, and yes, I know I'm a bad child for doing this, but I have been looking at some leaks. I can't help it. I'm so invested. I want to know the storyline. I want to know what happens. But if you guys don't want any spoilers, stay away from them leaks and wait for Cold War Zombies to drop. And my final reasoning why this game will be so successful is pretty much all of the stuff I've just listed is the gameplay. The reasoning is, from looking at the trailer and stuff, the gameplay looks great for all players. Casuals, hardcore Easter egg hunters, high rounders, everybody. I really feel like this game is going to be great. And if you play with more players, it seems as if you can also get more advantages, such as calling in a chopper gunner without getting killed by zombies because your friends can guard you and whatnot. Not to mention, this will be the first Zombies experience to ever be cross-platform, so I can play on PC, Xbox, or PS4 and play with my friends. But it just seems like the gameplay is it's great. We got the perks back. The weapons look fun to use. You can customize them. You can keep progressing and get more attachments and camos and just keep the grind up for them. You can do Easter eggs, or you can survive high rounds. I don't know what else you would want for a Zombies experience. This gameplay, it looks like BO3 and BO1 combined. It has the BO1 guns and it has the BO3 playstyle where you can just play normal or you can go for the Easter egg. You can even get the wonder weapons out of the box now, and that is a huge step up. The gameplay just looks fun to me. It looks clean. There's dark areas, there's bright areas. There's a mix between everything, and it looks like it's a very even balance. And not only that, but almost everything you guys have asked for as gameplay wise is finally here. So I don't know how to, at least you guys, the consumers, the players, I don't see how you could not say this is looking successful, because we got the classic perks back. Specialists have been kicked out and booted out of the game in replace of support items. We got the best customization we could probably ask for, and we have gameplay for casuals and hardcore Easter egg hunters. And it seems like the map has a somewhat good contrast and colorful aspect and dark aspects. I just don't see how you could not like how this gameplay looks. It has old stuff, new stuff. It looks good. I just don't get it, man. And the best part is this is just one map. If they continue this cycle throughout the rest of the game, I really feel like it's going to be a very successful Zombies experience. I know I haven't even scratched the surface as into why this game is going to be successful, as in there's the hit system and there's all kinds of other stuff I could have talked about, but these are just the top 5 reasons, the main things that people have been talking about here lately. And if you have any more, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, cop kush, my nigga, I cop houses and fill 'em with some Leo to catch some cold sprouses, nigga. Where we, Rocky, ASAP, golf boy, where we at, nigga, in Perry.